Welcome. In this video, we're going to start by reviewing the content and composition of the Project Management Institute's PMP exam. This review will help equip you on your studying by providing you with a more efficient study plan, identify areas of weakness, and increase your odds for better success with the exam. Let's dive in. First, you should know the PMP exam is a long exam. In fact, it's a three-part exam made up of 60 questions each with a 10-minute break between. So let's fast forward. You show up for your exam at the testing center, you pass the screening, sitting down at the computer ready to test. You'll notice a clock in the upper right corner with 230 minutes that starts counting down. This is important. It is important because you need to have a strategy in place, such as how many minutes should you take per question? Are you falling behind or are you going too fast? This happens a lot. Take a deep breath because we have your back. If you break the 230 minutes into 3 exams evenly, you have approximately 1 hour and 16 minutes to complete each section. Now, with the first iteration of 60 questions, you have roughly 1 minute and 30 seconds. You won't need this much time for every question. Some questions, you may need additional time. In fact, when I took my exam, I used about 15 minutes of my time that I could have used for exam 3. Find your comfort level by taking practice exams. Yes, you heard me right. You must take practice exams to get a feel for how long it takes you per question. The more you practice this, the more confidence you'll build. Okay, final tip. Take the 10-minute breaks. You need this break to recharge yourself mentally. Take the break, grab a snack, hydrate, and use the restroom if needed, or splash some water on your face, and get back into the testing room and pass this exam. The PMP exam is comprised of 3 domains totaling 180 questions. You heard me right. 230 minutes to answer 180 questions. Yikes. Want some good news? 5 of these questions are not graded. Therefore, you really have 175 questions that do matter when testing. The largest domain for the exam material covers the process. It is half of the exam. The process domain has approximately 88 questions on the exam. The people domain has slightly less with 74 questions. Finally, you have the exam material covering 8% within the business environment with approximately 13 questions. Did you notice the typo in the heading? I did this on purpose to help your attention to detail. Not really. I overlooked and I apologize. Per the PMP exam content online, the exam is estimated to be 50% focus on the predictive approach, which we'll dive into with later videos, and 50% combination of agile and a hybrid approach. When I took my exam in 2024, it is my opinion that 60% was agile and hybrid with 40% predictive. With the 180 questions, you can anticipate 90 questions being agile or hybrid and 90 questions being predictive, per the PMP exam content online. For a brief introduction, when starting a project, you as the project manager would have to decide which approach to take. If you choose a predictive approach, your requirements are very well defined. For example, if you were contracted to build a house, this has been done many times, and lessons learned have taught us that the foundation must be built before putting on a roof. Once the exterior of the home is covered, you can work on the finishes. You wouldn't put up sheetrock or drywall before the roof was on the house. The other side of the coin for approaches is agile or hybrid. While predictive is just that, predictive or sometimes called waterfall, more on that later, agile and hybrid are adaptive and not very predictable. This approach is useful when requirements are not well known and you, as the project manager, have uncertainty. The PMP exam focuses on 3 domains. While there are different approaches, these are relevant among domains. The first domain is people, which we just saw earlier, and is 42% of the exam. Process is 50%, and business environment is roughly 8%. Okay, Nick, what about people? Well, the people domain contains 14 tasks that you need to focus on. I won't bore you with the list, but these are testable tasks. The process domain contains 17 tasks. With this being 50% of the exam, I highly recommend you take your time and study, learn, and test on this area. The business domain contains about 13 questions, 8% of your exam, and contains 4 tasks. Now that we've covered the contents of the exam, you should have a better understanding of how to study. We looked at how the exam is 230 minutes, 180 questions, only 175 graded, and is broken into 3 equal exams of 60 questions with a 10-minute break in between. These exams focus on 3 domains. Do you remember the domains? People, process, business environment. Which domain is approximately 50% of your exam? Process. The process domain has 17 tasks, the people domain contains 14 tasks, and the business environment lists 4 tasks. If this was helpful, do me a big favor and hit that like button and comment below if you want more videos. This will help me to gauge the audience with what material you have questions on or to focus my attention on creating. Thank you, and see you in the next video.